Hey guys, Justin Bryant here from selfmadesuccess.com. In this video, I'm going to show you 10 business ideas that you could use to make good money while also changing lives, changing the world, and making an impact. So these are a few businesses that are going to be in demand if they already aren't. Most of these are already in big demand, and you can really help a lot of people if you do businesses in these areas. The first one is blogging to educate people. So if you feel like there's a blog that isn't meeting certain needs of a niche of people, you should create your own blog. So let's say there's a broad blog that covers a lot of things sort of about a subject, but maybe there's something more specific that needs to be created to help a niche group of people even more. An example of this is quicksprout.com. So like if you wanted to learn digital marketing, this is the place to go. If you want to see an example of a very good blog, I recommend you look at quicksprout.com by Neil Patel. You can see him here. He's a best-selling author, co-founder of a few great companies, and he knows how to blog and he knows how to write very detailed helpful articles. So quicksprout.com is an example, but blogging to help people is a way for people to get free information to make them smarter, to help them answer their questions, to help them get through life better and more efficiently. And many times it can make a huge impact on people just having a helpful blog like this. So one thing you might want to consider is blogging to help people. Now, if you want to start a blog, I do have a page for you on my website at selfmadesuccess.com called How to Start a WordPress Blog in 3 Steps. So you can go through that and start your own blog very quickly. It'll cost you like $3 or $4 a month total. So it's very cheap. It'll look very professional, and you can get great results from doing that. So if you want to really make an impact on people, start a blog about what you really love to talk about and make some great detailed posts that can really educate people. Number 2, nonfiction book writing. So obviously fiction book writing can make a huge impact on the world as well. I mean, just look at things like Harry Potter, the Hobbit series that have turned into all these movies and theme parks and stuff as well. But nonfiction book writing really helps people meet certain needs, not just entertainment, which can be filled in a lot of different ways. Certain needs are hard to meet and a lot of people go to books to read more in-depth information about how to meet those needs. So maybe if you have an addiction problem, you'll go read as many books as you can about it. Another example, like someone like Dorian Yates, who's one of the most famous bodybuilders of all time. One of the things he did, I listened to an interview about him with Tim Ferriss recently. What he did, he read every book he could find on nutrition and building muscle. He ended up being one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time. Tai Lopez, another person who's very successful. He has a YouTube channel you should check out. But he's been a very successful investor and entrepreneur, basically reading as much as he can each day to learn from other people's experiences as well as his own. So if you can help people learn from your experiences and help people through books, you can make a huge impact. One good book could make you millions of dollars and impact millions of people. So if you want to publish a book, you would go to kdp.amazon.com. Amazon's always one of the best places to sell books and publish, and it's completely free. You get 70% royalties in all the major countries, and it's very easy to sign up. So this is the page here. You can see I'm already signed in, but you would just sign up, and if you want to create a physical version of your book, you can go down to the bottom here and click on the Create Space link. So if your book is doing pretty well and you want to be able to offer a physical version of the book that people can actually hold in their hand, CreateSpace will create the books and ship them to people when they buy them online, so that you don't have to handle any of it. So that's another option for book selling. Few examples of books that have really impacted my life and many others as far as like entrepreneurship, which is mostly what my blog is about. We have Think and Grow Rich, The 4-Hour Work Week, Psycho-Cybernetics, and 50 plus other books. And I have a page here if you want to see some examples of books that have really impacted a lot of lives. They have tons of reviews and tons of raving fans, and they've all made like millions of dollars. So those are some examples. You go to kdp.amazon.com. I have a link for you in the notes, but that's where you would go to start publishing on Amazon. Number 3, Uber or Lyft driving. So another way to impact people in an interesting way, and it can even be a side business or something if you want to do that. But Uber drivers and Lyft drivers really make a big impact because they can help less cars be on the streets, helping with emissions. They help deliver food to people, which also helps with emissions, helping with the whole global warming thing and the environment and all that stuff, going green and the whole movement that goes with that. Uber and Lyft drivers are actually kind of helping with that. And what you can do is help people affordably be able to travel from place to place, be a good driver, make somebody's day, just be happy as you drive, and you can make good money doing it. You can make $20 or $30 an hour driving for Uber and Lyft, and they also have referral programs. So if you have other people that may want to try it, you can make money off of them as well. But it makes a big impact because you're helping people get food, you're helping people get from place to place, you're helping with fuel emissions and things like that. Number 4, you can be a fundraising consultant. Basically meaning you help people get fundraising for their company, their startup, their foundation, maybe. So you could offer services like this, maybe freelancing on a site like Upwork, one of the biggest freelance sites on the internet. And what you would do is offer your services for helping people raise money for whatever it is they need to do. If you have the money and you have a good idea, a lot of good things can happen, and you can really help a lot of life-changing, world-changing products and services, be developed faster if you are good at helping people raise money, and you can help the right people with the right goals raise the money they need faster. So you can help them with sites like Indiegogo, Crowdfire, some of these different crowdfunding sites. You can write up their campaigns for them, do the pictures and stuff, and help some of the really great products hit the market faster and make a big impact on the world, because a lot of it is just getting the money needed. And a lot of great products and stuff have a lot of trouble because they don't have the money they need, and it can take a long time. People may really need some of the products and services that are on these sites. So really look into that. If you feel like you're good at helping people raise money, you might even have your own website. Like I said, I have a 3-step process here that you can go through to set up your own website, and that can really make a huge impact. Number 5, you can do online teaching or coaching. So you could do like one-on-one coaching. You could do tutoring. You could teach people different things in like a video channel like I'm doing. So another example would be someone like Bryant Tracy. He has a pretty well-known brand. He's really known more for speaking engagements and things like that, but of course he's really adapted with the times and gotten more on social media and YouTube. So what he does is he teaches you personal development techniques, how to motivate yourself, how to be more successful and things like that, business ideas, how to get more sales, that kind of stuff. So Brian Tracy is an example of teaching people through YouTube. Another thing you can do is create courses on a site like udemy.com, where you would just go here and become an instructor. I'll give you a little arrow to where you go right there. And that's where you would become an instructor and start selling courses. So courses can make a lot more money in many cases than, say, a book. But that's if you can get enough traffic. But a lot of times you can sell a course for hundreds of dollars per student, as a book might sell for like $10 per purchase. So, if you want to really make an impact, you want to teach people something that's really kind of advanced, you can do something like that, sell courses. Another thing, another business idea that you can do that makes good money and can really impact people is create an app or some other type of product that can help with the eco-friendly movement or the trend that is trying to gain more momentum. Now, obviously, some people are skeptical about it. Some people are really into it. But it can't be a bad thing to help with eco-friendly goals. Now, apps have really taken over in everything, whether it's productivity, whether it's communication through social media and things like that, whether it's gaming. Apps have really taken over. So if you can create some sort of apps that can help with the eco-friendly movement, you could really impact the world and you could make a lot of money. And a lot of times apps don't even require that much maintenance. So you could create an app using an app builder like appy.com. You can see right there, appy, appy.com. And this allows you to create apps for Windows, Amazon Fire, BlackBerry, Android, and iPhone using a platform that is built for beginners to be able to build apps without having to know a bunch of code. So it makes it easier for you to build apps. So that's where I would recommend you start if you want to build your own app. And some examples of some like apps that are helping with the eco-friendly movement. We have things like Karma carpooling, trying to reduce traffic and emissions. We have #climate, helping you discover and share actions that can help with climate change and help reverse that. Drop Counter, we have EcoViet, we have Farm Stand. So there's all kinds of stuff that is out. A lot of them aren't real mainstream yet. So if you feel like there's a need somewhere that hasn't been met by an app yet, and most of the time, at least nowadays, there aren't a lot of great eco-friendly apps that are really making a huge impact yet. So you could probably find some really good ideas in that area. Number 7, create a program to help struggling people get back to work. So one thing that can make you a lot of money and make a lot of other people a lot happier and make the world a better place is to help people who were, sentenced to a little bit of jail time or had drug addictions or other types of addictions or struggled with mental illness or just all kinds of different things. A lot of people have trouble getting back to work once they've been out of work for a long time, or once they have something on their record or something like that. So in a world of increasing automation and more restrictions on what kind of people to hire, we need people that can create programs to help people get back to work and to educate themselves and to make themselves more valuable to companies. So, for instance, you could be like an employment placement specialist. There's some jobs out there like that. You could create your own business, start your own company with your own website. Like I said, you can create a website using this tutorial here. But there are some jobs that are similar to this if you want to get started doing something like that. But we need some kind of programs that can help people get back to work after they've had long layoffs and other problems that make it tough for them. Number 8, build positive chatbots. So chatbots can really take off, I think, in the near future, and they are already starting to take off in things like Facebook Messenger and things like that, where you can order takeout, you can get customer service things, you can have payment integration and all kinds of stuff with these chatbots and things like Facebook Messenger, for instance. So you can create chatbots to help kind of have a little virtual assistant help people with different things. And one good little chatbot can be a huge impact for millions of people. So if you want to create something like this, you want to create like a little bot that can help people on Facebook Messenger, for instance, you can go to chattypeople.com, and this is what it looks like, but you can create, without knowing a lot of code, and create a chatbot that can really help a lot of people, maybe fill a need that's already not being filled yet. So something like that could be really cool. And if you want to do something high tech, that can be really fun for you. Number 9, you can do businesses that encourage less stuff and more sharing. So this could be a lot of different things. You notice that Uber and Lyft kind of started this, really Uber especially, with their new business model that basically helped people with the transportation and basically sharing their car with other people by helping them get from point A to point B. This way, people like Tim Ferriss, very well-known entrepreneur, doesn't even have a vehicle anymore because he can just take an Uber anywhere. So stuff like that can make a huge impact. Airbnb, another thing where you can basically go book a trip anywhere without a hotel, or just maybe if you're a world traveler, you can just hop around from place to place on Airbnb. People are sharing their homes with each other. So things like that. A few other examples would be like Turo, where you can rent other people's cars. So it makes it to where you don't necessarily have to have your own car, and it helps transportation, it helps sharing. That can be something really good, because do we all really need our own everything? Do we all need our own car? Do we all need our own all kinds of stuff, whatever it is? Do we all need our own weed eater? Do we all need our own lawnmower? Do we all need our own ladders? It's things we only use every once in a while. We don't need to have all our own. We just accumulate so much clutter. And the company that's kind of solved that problem is Neighbor Goods. So Neighbor Goods allows you to basically share goods with each other, like ladders and mops and, just household items like that. And, you can get paid to do it for helping people. So everybody pretty much makes money, but having all this stuff and taking up all this space when you don't even use it that often is kind of inefficient. So you can make businesses along those lines that help with the sharing economy. And last but not least, we need a lot of elderly home care type services. So for instance, you could do something like maybe a salon on wheels. So you could go to people's houses, especially elderly people, and you could cut their hair, do their nails, whatever, while you're using kind of the food truck concept, except it's a salon in a truck or in a bus or something, kind of like Sterling's does. Sterlingsmobile.com has this thing where you can basically have a salon on wheels come to your house and cut your hair and things like that. That's really helpful for elderly people because they many times can't drive or they don't feel good. And we have more and more elderly people every year because baby boomers are all retiring at one time. And the world is not really ready for that. All these people are going to be retired, and all these people are going to need a lot of elderly care all at once. So we need things that can go to the elderly people instead of having the elderly people come to us. So if you can come up with business ideas that help with that, that would be very helpful. Sterling's is just one example of like a salon and a bus idea. You could do all kinds of other things as well. Deliver groceries, things like Uber are helping with that. But we need more. So you can read more on, say, Time Magazine, and they also have some ideas. But as far as like the sharing economy, for instance, they have a great article I want to recommend before I close up this video. So if you want to help with like the sharing economy with like neighbor goods and Turo and things like that, this is a great article. But that's pretty much it for this video. If you got something from this video, if you feel like you got some interesting ideas, please like and subscribe so I can create more videos like this for you. Also, if you want to let me know what you thought about the video in general, or you want to comment on some of these business ideas, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you and get your feedback. I'm always looking to improve these videos and get more on this topic going. And I'll have all of the links, video notes, and related content in the show notes page in a few days for you, so that you can get all the links and things like that out of this. So other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great day.